Deputy.
I welcome the bill today, and I want to declare that I will be supporting the legislation, and I also want to say that I will be voting yes myself on the 22nd of May. And most people who will vote in the forthcoming referendum will not be personally impacted by the vote. I think it is, however, well understood by most people that it does collectively impact on us, in that it's an act of social solidarity that will change the laws in order that we become more equal and more inclusive. Since the foundation of the state, we've tended to outsource social issues to religious institutions. It was as though they were best guided by these religious institutions. And changing that has been hugely problematic, in that there was a blurring of the lines between church and state, which is difficult to untangle, including highlighting, in this instance, the difference between civil and religious marriage. We've in recent decades only got to grip with issues that are more properly located in the area of civil or civic morality, which is very strange given that we're very proud to declare that we live in a republic. Civic morality is underpinned by values such as equality, values such as acceptance, values such as freedom, all of which are part of the building blocks towards a better society. Many of the public debates on the issues surrounding, for example, the 8th Amendment, the right to travel and information, the 2 divorce referendums, were framed by people who took absolute positions on either side. And they were very difficult campaigns. I remember, for example, being in the Count Centre on the day the first referendum, divorce referendum, was lost. The impact it had on those who were directly affected was absolutely awful. They wanted a second chance. They wanted their relationship to be accepted. It was very much a personal matter for them, and they were badly bruised by the campaign and by its outcome. I believe there were both personal and societal. There was both personal and societal damage done, and we want to make sure that on May the 23rd we don't have a repeat of that. What appears to be difficult or different about this campaign is, firstly, and Minister, you made a point of highlighting it yourself, is that it came out of the Constitutional Convention. It was there that the referendum was recommended. The civic ownership of the campaign is beginning to emerge. The Vote With Us campaign, for example, is a manifestation of that. This campaign facilitates people telling their story as to why you should vote yes. And already it's evident that it features people from all sectors of society. Bridget and Paddy, a couple who were just highlighted at the weekend, are married 50 years in 2015, and they made a point of describing themselves as being Roman Catholic. What they were arguing was that this was a civil right, and that they wanted it for their children and grandchildren. There's mothers, there's fathers talking about their sons and daughters. There's straight and gay people. It's cross-generational, and it's compelling. It's compelling really in its ordinariness. People who never engaged with politics are coming forward to campaign for a yes vote, and that's really important. There is no point in wanting a more equal society and saying that and staying at home on May the 22nd. It's essential people come out to vote, and we've got to make sure that the ownership of the campaign is facilitated to make sure that citizens really do engage in it. Most people I know want to live and let live. They're not keen on a nanny state, but they want to develop our laws in a way that allows people the maximum freedom to live their lives. And that's what this referendum is seeking to achieve. Yes, civil partnership has been in advance. It delivered rights, but the problem is it delivered less rights. It did, for example, recognise same-sex couples' rights, or did not, for example, recognise same-sex couples' rights for many social supports in situations where there's hardship, and quite literally, it can leave a loved one out in the cold. It defines, for example, the home of those in a civil partnership as a shared home, not as a family home. And there are implications for the protection of dependent children, for example, living in that home, and also means there's a lack of protection for civil partners who are deserted. in the case of civil marriage vote, it couldn't be simpler. If we legalise gay and lesbian marriage, or we legalise marriage for gay and lesbian citizens, all that will happen is that they will be free to vote. Of course, it's not compulsory, but they will be free to vote to get married, and that's it. Ireland will quite simply be, for many people, a happier place. In a post-crash Ireland, I can't think of a better way of building a civic morality that is grounded in the long-held Irish values of fairness and compassion. By voting yes on May the 22nd, better still, we'll become the first country in the world to do this by popular vote. We'll join the 18 nations and the 820 million people who've already done it. And I think the only thing that we've got to concern ourselves with here is complacency. We all need to get out and to be active in this campaign. Thank you.
Next speaker is Deputy Finian McGrath.
That's Concorda. First of all,